Hello everyone, it's me, Mamadou. Welcome to PassionWaterTarot. It's Missing Person Monday, okay? So I've already done one reading for today, and I'm preparing to do the second one. And this one has me uncomfortable before I even start asking questions. So let me give you just a little bit of history. On September the 16th, 2019, a lady by the name of Noma. Some people pronounce it Norma, but to spell it says Noma, M-O-E-M-A, took her two children, who she shared joint custody of with her mother and her 8-year-old sister, to the park in Brighton, New Jersey. I think it's called Brighton, isn't it? Isn't it terrible that I would forget that little major detail? Hey, the location. Yeah, it's Brighton. So she decides, or it's not in the morning, it's in the afternoon. She's going to take them to the park, but the first thing she's going to do is take them to get some ice cream. So an hour before they're at the park, an image is caught of Noma's daughter, Dulce, at the little convenience store getting an ice cream. It's on many websites. You can see that picture. It doesn't show her face, but it shows her clothing. She has a yellow top on, black and white pants, and some little white sandals on. Okay? It's September the 16th. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's a really nice day out. They go on to the park with the ice creams. And when they arrive there, Noma decides to stay in the car with her little sister, who's 8 years old. So the little sister can work on some homework. Another group of people said it was so they could scratch off lottery tickets. But I've heard it both ways. Whatever they were doing in the car, it was not involving getting out of the car and watching Dulce at the age of 5 and her little brother at the age of 3 go to play at a park that is with trees out of vision for the most part. Yes, that's where the controversy starts, right? Because the mother's in the car, she can't see the kids, and they're 5 and 3. So when she gets out, about 10 minutes goes by without her seeing the kids. She gets out to go check on them, and she sees the little boy crying. And he says, because he's crying over his ice cream because it had fallen off his cone, and saying that his sister ran off this way towards this building. And there was some tennis courts close by. So the parking lot, let me lay some cards out here. Here's the little parking lot where she parked at. Here's some tennis courts, and here is the park. You see how it's out of vision. especially from the car. And there is a line of trees going through here, alright? So there's some girls, young ladies, at the tennis courts, and they say that they saw two men. They describe one as a black male and one as a Hispanic male. And that the black male had pulled up in a red vehicle. At the same time that DULCE was running by the building. They call the police, they report her missing. Everybody comes out to search. But an Amber Alert is not issued. No, they really don't have a car description. They really don't know that it's a stranger abduction. And the mom her reactions are very questionable. She's very subdued in a lot of her reactions. Not all of them, but many people have called into play her reactions in her interviews. So the Amber Alert wasn't actually issued for 30 hours. Yeah, 10 o'clock the next night on September the 17th is when the Amber Alert was actually issued. But they searched, and they've searched, and they've had volunteers searching this Brighton park. And there's no trace or no evidence to even say what occurred. Was it a stranger abduction? Was it a random, spontaneous event? Was it a tragic accident that's being covered up? Right now, there's no evidence to point to the family being involved. The father's in Mexico. The FBI has spoken to him down there through the authorities, you know, our consulate down there, kind of thing. I understand they're wanting to talk to him yet again because there's been a recent video put out for her birthday. And I believe it is Dad doing the video because he's brokenhearted without her. He was already brokenhearted being away from her. And now he's brokenhearted because nobody knows where she's at. Mom is, like I said, her reactions are very questionable at times. Grandma seems to be very invested, but there's a language barrier. Grandma doesn't speak English and doesn't really do the interviews as well because she's just not comfortable with it. She doesn't want things to be twisted, and I don't blame her. Not in this media world. But anyways, Grandma, in the overall realm of things, Grandma's energy is coming off as the actual primary caregiver, and the biological mother is coming off more of a distant caregiver, less involved. And I know she shared custody with her mother. And you know there would be a reason for that, right? I don't have that reason. I would love to know that reason. I would love to see those court documents. Anybody has powers and skills in that area, hey, hit me up an email. It's listed below. I'd sure like to get into some investigation on this part. But let's go back to Dulce, because she's the most important part here. This beautiful, vibrant 5-year-old little girl eating an ice cream and playing at the park. She was used to being somewhat independent. Most 5-year-olds wouldn't run off away from parents that they couldn't see to play at what was supposed to be an empty park. They would, pretty much beg mom to come. But when they pulled up, her and 3-year-old brother took off running. They were ready to get to the play equipment. And within 10 minutes, 10 very short minutes, she was gone. How did she leave that area? How did she vanish? Did somebody see her earlier in the day? Had somebody seen her in the days prior? Were they stalking her? There's the theory that Dad took her. But like I said, the Mexican authorities, along with the FBI, have spoken to Dad. And at this point, there is nothing that would open the door to that avenue. This is a person that is being very open with information whenever he is questioned, and had not left Mexico. Okay? So, next theory. Big bad theory. Big bad theory. Many think, and there's a lot to talk about it. I mean, Mom was interviewed on Dr. Phil. Okay? And we have all kinds of controversy on Dr. Phil. You believe what you believe, you know what you know. But even Dr. Phil asked her, did you sell Dulce? Did you sell Dulce? But they're saying, as a part of that theory, why would you keep an 8-year-old in the car while eating ice cream to do homework when you took them to a park for a purpose? Well, the theory is so that the correct child would be taken, not the wrong child, to protect the sister from those who were purchasing Dulce. Whew, that's a heavy, heavy theory. Now, of course, there's a theory that Mom or Grandma or somebody else in the family caused harm, and that Dulce was never at the park. But those girls at the tennis courts, they saw her. So I'm not really sure how that theory can float. But so be it. Everybody's allowed their own opinions. And the last theory that I want to touch on is a stranger abduction. Not being sold into trafficking or some other form of whatever you would sell a human being for, lure. My goodness. I just don't understand where people come from these days. But for somebody to grab somebody, to intentionally harm them, hold them hostage, to be in control of them. Nobody heard any yelling. Wasn't like her shoe fell off. Nobody saw the ice cream cone on the floor, on the ground. So what if it wasn't a stranger abduction? Because there was nothing to show evidence that there was a struggle. Yeah, her ice cream didn't fall. So what if it was somebody she was familiar with? And they convinced her to, hey, come on, Dulce, go with me. I've got a surprise for you. I've been waiting for you. This is going to be a hella good time. See, that fits. But let's see what Spirit has to say, okay? We spent 16 minutes talking about what happened to Dulce that we're receiving from her biological mother, a 3-year-old, some other girls at the tennis court, and an 8-year-old in the car. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Let's ask Spirit, guide, angels, and ancestors to come into this reading with love and light, to provide the highest level of clarity to those receiving messages, and ask that chakras be opened to allow those messages to be received with ease. Spirit, can you tell us? By the way, I've never told you Dulce's last name. ALAVEZ. A-L-A-V. I just forgot how to spell it. Yeah. A-L-A-V-E-Z. She was born on April 25th, 2014. She's a Hispanic female with brown hair, brown eyes, and about 3 feet tall. I think she's about 60 pounds. Alright, so the first card out in the reading is the Tower in reverse. Somebody wanted to correct something. They felt something had been a mistake. Really? The Emperor, an Aries, a Virgo, a Taurus. Somebody who wants to be in charge, they want to be looked at as though they're amazing. They're the end-all, be-all. What I see about this Emperor is it's all looks. That's what it's about. It's about appearances, because what's really under that cloak isn't what you think you're getting. This is somebody wearing a false mask. This is somebody who is trying to cover up who they really are. And that's what they tried to do. They did something. Something happened. And this was their way of fixing it. What happened to precious Dulce? Spirit, thank you for all messages forthcoming. What say ye? Temperance, Sagittarius. Yeah, they wanted to protect themselves. They literally were overreacting to what they thought would protect them. Page of Swords in reverse. The secret wasn't out yet. This little girl had not told nobody yet. She saw something. Something happened to her. And this person didn't want her to speak on out on it. Nine of Pentacles. She would be believed. There would be no question that she would be believed. There would be hope and healing for her then. So they had to act. Literally, they had to act. They had to cause the confusion under the cloak of darkness, under the cloak of fog, under the cloak of confusion, pretending to be a guiding light. What did you see, Dulce? Let's see what Dulce saw. What was this person so upset with Dulce for? Why did they feel they needed to silence Dulce? To keep their strength, to keep their power. They wouldn't lose their power. They couldn't silence her. That was gonna, basically it was gonna break them down and show everybody who they truly are, what their true colors are. And they would be trapped. They would be behind bars. They didn't want to go to jail. They didn't want the Lady of Justice to call their name. Was Dulce molested, Spirit? Was Dulce molested? This is the Ten of Pentacles. This is a lot of abundance. This is security. This is, she was protected. She was not molested. Grandma's watching over her. Yeah, there's some other people. That's mom and dad, most likely. But this is a lot of abundance, of love surrounding her, of stability, of groundedness. She was protected. She was not molested. What did she see? What did Dulce see that caused this person to fear her? This is the Seven of Swords in reverse. And this is Judgment in reverse. Dulce saw a murder. Dulce saw somebody be harmed very badly, beaten very badly, somebody being attacked. She wasn't supposed to see it, but she happened to be there on that particular day. Whoever it was, the person who did the attacking, oh, I thought I felt one flip out of my hand. They attacked this person under the umbrella that they were getting rid of a lying, cheating, stealing, deceit, and deceptive person. Like, they're not one themselves. And now they silence a little girl? Yeah, they can't change what they've done. They want to. They have regret. They have a lot of regret. They mourn. I really don't care if you're mourning. This is the culprit. This is the predator. I really don't care. This is somebody she knows. This is somebody her family knows. If she was asleep somewhere, spending the night somewhere, and woke up to go to the bathroom, or was awakened by a noise, which might have been the fight, and then saw that person being assaulted severely, and then was sent back to bed. But anxiety ruled the person. That, okay, I had to get rid of this other bad person, and now to protect myself, I have to silence Dulce because she witnessed it. They don't want to face criminal justice. This is somebody who's been to jail. If they haven't been to jail, they've had it instilled in them very much that jail is not a place you want to be. Yeah, this is somebody they know. That's the Three of Cups. That's somebody close to them. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that for this family. Because this is somebody who has been comforting you, pretending to support you, while knowing that they caused the harm to Dulce 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago. This is not a stranger abduction. You know who this is. You know they were in the house. You know Dulce was in the vicinity. And somebody's missing. Whether they were ever reported or found, they're missing. And 50% of the population in Brighton, New Jersey doesn't even speak English. No, because this is this beautiful town that is like 50% immigrant. And so people come there quite frequently and to get a new start. And they haven't learned English yet. You know, some people don't want to learn English, and so be it. Whatever works for them. But how do you report somebody missing that you love and you don't know? Did they go back to Honduras, or did they go back to Mexico, or what? Where are they? Did they go out to California? Where did they go up to Canada? Where are they? Did they decide the British Isles was on their agenda? You don't know where they're at. How do you report them missing? And somebody may have been jealous and took anger out on them for them making more money or having an opportunity that they didn't have. If this person knew Dulce, this person knows Dulce's family. This spirit guide, angels, and ancestors. Is this person still within the soul tribe of Dulce's family? Five of Wands in reverse. They're the peacemaker, huh? Oh, they don't like to have a lot of fussing and a feuding. They're a peacemaker. But they broke up with somebody. So they were dating somebody. They were interested, at the very least, in somebody in Dulce's family. And had dated them before, or at least known them for a long time, and felt like they were kindred spirits, and feel that they'll always be together. That them two have magic together. They will have success in time. So yeah, this person's still in the family's energy. And they're now known as the peacemaker. Really? Ooh. They used to be somebody that would stand up and take out revenge. They don't speak up very much anymore, do they? Wow. This person's changed a lot in the last 2 years. Have you noticed that? They have. They don't want to stand out in the crowd. See? And they're also concerned that, yeah, the distance between the soulmates, the broken heart that was felt in the family across the generations, for the loss of Dulce, not knowing where she's at and if she's okay, has changed the dynamics. But this person doesn't want to be standing out in the crowd. They don't want somebody looking at them hard and heavy. You know who this is. Oh my goodness. So let's get you a romance oracle card for all those invested in this reading. So they came out like this. I'm taking them all three for Dulce. It's all about the codependency. Son of a freaking gun. So it can absolutely be that they're obsessed. They're obsessed with a family member. They were obsessed with having control issues. It can absolutely have to do with addiction. And it could be an alcoholic, a drug addict. It could be sex porn. So many things that causes codependency. But one of the biggest problems is it's basically stalking. And they're stalking this family member, but now they're doing it in such a way to be passive aggressive. Because they want to be the savior now, the rescuer now. And they're still trying to get to know the new person. The one who emerged after the heartbreak. getting to know each other, as you reveal your innermost self to each other, your bond deepens. And it's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. It is safe for you to love. It's safe for everybody to love yourself. Always love yourself. And once you start truly loving and appreciating yourself, then you'll recognize true love coming from others. So let's get you, they're flying all over the place. 2 cards. 3. Crystal clear intentions. Set crystal clear intentions now. That it's time for this person to confess, to open up, to reveal what happened. Crystal clear intention to locate DULCE. Stabilizing relationships. Bringing balance back to relationships. Even when you get answers, it's not, always the answers that you want. But it gives you a place to start. Know that all is well. Spirit is protecting you during this time. Watch those around you. This is not a stranger abduction. It's not random. The person that grabbed DULCE knew DULCE. And that's why Dr. Cream went on the ground. Just an FYI. What's the most likely outcome of this reading? 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, I like that. Why do I like that 4 of Pentacles? See, you put the coin in the hands and then they tuck it away. So you take the information, you give it to the jury, and the jury locks them away. Yeah, I love it. Securing the things that are most valuable to you. Securing a solution to this tragic event. And it's clarified by the Ace of Cups. Did I not talk about loving yourself? DULCE would want you all to love yourself. Now look at her kindergarten picture here. She's just so cute. I mean, I like those little eyes. They're just kind of smiling at you, And she's got this smile on her face like, Let's see what you're going to do. Because I'm going to go and do a cartwheel, I bet. I bet she was great at doing cartwheels. She's just so gorgeous. And she would want you to be happy. She would want you to be loving yourself until you can be together again. So let's ask Holy Spirit, Spirit God, angels and ancestors to give you a card of wisdom for this reading. Then I've got more questions for Spirit, okay? This is for all those invested in this reading. All the way from DULCE to you all. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Blessings in all forms are cascading more into your life. Just as the rainbow has all the colors of the spectrum, so is every hue of your life blessed. This is a great time to start a project. Initiate a relationship, purchase a house, begin a health program, start a new job, or change careers. Let go of hesitations and concerns. Whatever your dream for your future, this is the time to start, because you will succeed. Now is the time to start asking the questions. Now is the time to look through those files one more time, investigators, please. What happened 72 hours, within this last 72 hours before she vanished? Where was she and what happened? That's going to lead you to this non-stranger abductor. So, Holy Spirit, Spirit Guide, angels and ancestors, can you tell us where Dulce ALAVEZ is? Five of Cups is in reverse. The basement. At one point she was in a basement of a below a bar. In the cellar below the bar. Not buried. Held. She was just there. Is Dulce still alive today, Spirit? Is Dulce alive on this earth? Ace of Wands is in reverse. It's not looking well. As though her energy is coming from the skies above, the heavens above. Spirit, please clarify the Five of Cups for helping us locate Dulce. Thank you for all messages forthcoming. We have the Flipper. The Hangman. Card of Pisces. She was tied up. She was tied up and in the cellar. They wanted to reason with her, not to speak up. But how do you reason with a 5-year-old? This is how disturbed this individual is. They think they can reason with a 5-year-old. You cannot even get a 5-year-old to understand that a biscuit is still a biscuit after you've cut it in half, okay? Come on now. Work with me. Alright. Spirit, do you have any more information to help us locate Dulce? Can you tell us what kind of work this predator does? Wow. We have the Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, so they're not doing what they used to do. Does that make sense? They're now doing something new. Oops, wrong direction. Nine of Wands. Okay. So, like I said, they're not doing the work they used to do. Now they're working with metal, like welding. The King of Pentacles is in reverse. They're not making the money they used to make either. It's not there. So, they don't have as much to offer. They don't feel like. To the person that they're attracted to. Four of Swords is in reverse. That's the Three of Swords again. They spend a lot of time alone. They're rather isolated, and they don't involve themselves in family affairs usually. They used to be very much so, very much the center of it. Things changed drastically for this person, and they're very likely doing some type of metal work. Like I said, it can be welding, just as an example, but it could be any other kind of work dealing with metals. Okay? Let's see if we get any clarifiers for this section of the reading. We're already at 46 minutes. I can ask all day long about this predator, how to identify them, and they want a new beginning. Yeah, everybody wants a new beginning. But dude, you don't get one. Your new beginning needs to be in the big house. Most 5-year-olds would have forgotten about what they saw. You didn't have to grab her. You were hurting that person. Were you raping them? Were you raping somebody that Dulce saw? No. You were hurting them, hitting them, inflicting pain upon this person. That's what Dulce saw. Three of Cups. It was more than just you, huh? Who else was involved? That's okay. When you get arrested, you're gonna squawk like it's nothing. I mean, you're gonna come unraveled. And that's gonna be hella beautiful. Whew. Alright. So, for all those invested in this reading, thank you for coming. If you have any questions or concerns, please see the description box below. I absolutely will not accept or request any money for missing person intuitive readings. I'll see you all soon with your next readings. Namaste.